I got to tell you, I am not excited about the Mayo transaction.
You don't like
Not
Mayo?
into it.
I get it.
Spicy Mayo myself.
No, I liked him. Like, I'm okay with him, but the whole point of moving on from Belichick was moving on from this whole thing. They got a clean house in that whole department.
That's
like,
what I thought.
Move on from everybody.
But what if
You're
he's the
hiring
best
this guy
guy,
now?
though? What if he's the best guy, though?
Is he?
But-
Is it?
I mean,
How do we
they
know
think
that?
so.
They haven't even done a coaching search. They haven't done a search.
Stuff
They
goes
have the
on
guy
behind.
sitting there.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, I just think it's one of those things where you're going to give this guy the nudge and the wink last year to stay on, to be the coach in waiting. That is what they did. And they were hoping it was going to extend to like 2 more years, but it's too early. He's not ready. I don't think he's going to be a disaster, but he is somebody that I would have been okay with if he went outside the organization, had experience, and came back in. You're giving this job now to a rookie head coach, and what are you going to do? Shotgun marriage with a GM? Like, you're going to keep the guy who's been working with Bill right now? Are you going to keep Bill O'Brien as his offensive coordinator? That guy was a joke this year. And you're going to pair them with a maybe rookie QB at number 3?
Yeah, look,
I don't know. Like, it just...
to me, if I was a Patriots fan,
it's uninspiring.
Yeah, I know. It's not a huge name, right? I don't think that's what they were going for. Look, it's going to come down to the players you bring in. Let's be honest. I think getting rid of Bill Belichick may be more about the type of players that you bring in as opposed to the type of stylistic coach. I think you go try and hire the best head coach you possibly can. They think that's Gerard Mayo. They think it's Gerard Mayo. At the end of the day, you better start bringing in better players or y'all's ass ain't winning.
Exactly, but they don't have what's the plan for that?
Yeah.
Like, now you're putting a coach in place.
Who's
before you
picking
decide
personnel?
Who's picking the players.
That's my thing.
We'll
We don't
wait to
know.
see.
It's one of the unique situations.
That's the great part about
Brian, let's just start at the beginning, Brian. Bill Belichick. Was it time to move on? Are you happy they moved on from him?
It was absolutely time to move on for him. And you know what? There's somebody very important at your organization that says facts don't care about feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? That's what made Bill Belichick great all these years.
Mm-hmm.
He moved on from people the second he sniffed a decline. He'd rather move a year too early than a year too late.
True.
And you know what? They moved on from him as a coach 3 years too late.
3 years too late.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
He would have done it to himself.
So you were happy? Yeah, that's true. That's a really good point to make. So you're happy with that side of the equation, but you just wish they had gone and actually done a coaching search, even if it still led to Gerard Mayo?
I would feel better if they did a full-on search, if they put a personnel department in place before settling on Mayo.
You gotta think,
I would lean more towards offensive-minded. That's the way the league's going. So I don't know. I mean, I like the idea of a general. Exactly, but I mean, I'm not saying that I'm gonna talk myself into Mayo. Of course, I'm sure I will. But it just, I don't like the way the whole thing's gone down in not having the operation in place before giving him the keys.
How long do you think they knew Bill was going to leave? If you're the organization, it had to be for a while, at least. Yeah.
All the talk up here has been since the Germany trip. That was the last.
Yeah, that was bad. They lost to the Colts?
Mr. Kraft.
We got to move on, Brian, but quickly tell me what would you be saying right now if it was Mike Vrabel who got the job?
I would be a little bit more excited because of the experience that he has. Yeah. But again, it still would have been the same mindset, the same tree. Mm-hmm. And I would have been worried if it was Vrabel coming in and pairing him with O'Brien. Like, I don't like the idea of a defensive-minded guy like that and being like, okay, you're that guy, and now we're going to pair you with this OC. Like, I want a guy coming in who's going to put his whole staff together. If it was Vrabel and they give him the...
Go ahead.
No. If it was Vrabel and they gave him the keys to the castle and let him put his people in place, fine. But and same with overall with Mayo. But it's like, is Mayo going to have to keep Bill Belichick's kids on his staff? Is he going to have to keep the offensive coordinator? You know, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And the QB I want is probably Penix. It's either Penix or Daniels for me.
Yeah.
I don't love the top two guys.
Appreciate it, Brian.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks for that perspective, because we're far from being Patriots fans.
Yeah, Pop, man.
I love from hearing somebody who's invested.
One of them's good to say Nomar Garcia-Parra.
Yeah, I know. Hey, YouTube, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Check us out. Roll through our videos. We drop content all the time. Turn that notification bell on as well so you can be updated when we do release it.